Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. It's been a long time since I've tested a 12-volt fridge on the channel, and that's because there just hasn't been anything new out there. But ICECO just released this brand new VL45 Plus, and take a look at this. On the front, it has a door that opens up, and you can easily get access to the inside with this basket. Now basically, this replaces the need of a slide, and instead of having to reach over and get to the top of the fridge like this, it's just so much easier going through the front. The VL45 Plus is basically a spin-off of their VL Pro series. It has the same metal exterior. It has a ICECO compressor with a 5-year warranty. And to show you guys some of the other details, let's take it inside. So here's a better look at the new door design. So you have this spring-loaded metal handle at the bottom, and then you have this handle that actually opens up the door. Now what's nice is this door rests on that metal handle for support. Once the door is open, you can pull the basket out, and it hits this stopper right here. So if you're at an incline, this won't just slide out of the fridge. And then once you're done, you push it back in, and then you can actually shut it with just a little click. So as the name suggests, this has about 45 quarts of storage space, or about 42 liters. Now everything that comes with the fridge is here on the table. You get a 12 or 24 volt DC power cable, you get 4 tie downs, and you get the AC to DC converter if you want to power this off AC input. The first thing I noticed is that ICECO is using a new style 12 volt plug, and it seems to stay in the 12 volt socket a lot better. For example, I've been powering the fridge off my 12 volt DIY battery box that just has a normal 12 volt socket, and you can see that the plug is super tight. My favorite feature of the VL Pro series was the lid, and that it opened up from both sides. And if you use both handles at the same time, you can completely remove the lid. This model is a single zone fridge or freezer. It can be set anywhere between 0 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You have an LED light that's powered on whenever the lid is opened up, and it comes with 2 baskets. This basket on top of the compressor shelf is a smaller basket that's only accessible from the top, and then the secondary basket is only accessible through the side door. Zooming out, you can see the lid does have a foam gasket all the way around, and that interlocks with the top of the fridge for a good seal. ICECO advertises this using VIP panels, or vacuum insulated panels, and the sidewalls are nearly 3 inches thick. Putting a few items in the fridge, I was able to fit 8 soda cans in this top basket, and then you could easily fit 2 gallons of milk side by side in the bottom and stack a bunch of other items on top. Here's a closer look at the fridge control panel. It's super easy to use. You have your main power button here, you have the settings button, and then you have a plus and minus button. Now here in the middle, you have the actual temperature inside the fridge, and then you have your incoming voltage from your power source. I'm running off a 12 volt battery, and it's showing 13.3 volts. Now if you want to change the set point, you can push down or you can push up. Now I have this set to 36 degrees, so I'm going to leave it there. So after it sits for a second, it will save. Now to change the settings on the fridge, you press and hold the settings button, and then that will allow you to change between eco mode or max mode. Push it again, that will let you change between high, medium, or low battery protection. And then push it again, it will let you change between Fahrenheit or Celsius. And then as you let it sit, it will save that setting. The VL45 Plus also has Bluetooth connectivity. If you download the ICECO app and connect to the fridge with your phone, you can actually see what's happening remotely, and you can change all the same settings that you can on the screen, but via your phone. So I think it's pretty convenient. One of my favorite things to do with these fridges is a bunch of power consumption testing, because I want to know how much power they actually use. I just love that raw data. Now when the compressor is running on eco mode with this fridge, it pulls around 55 watts. And when you set it to max mode, it pulls around 85 watts. When do you want to use max mode? Well, max mode cools down the fridge as fast as possible. Also, if it's really, really hot outside, or if you have this set to a really low temperature, setting it to max mode helps keep up with that temperature. Now I like to run 4 different power consumption tests. I do 2 here in my office where I have it at 70 degrees ambient. During those 2 tests, I have it set to 36 degrees as the set point and 5 degrees as the set point to simulate a freezer. I then take the fridge and put it into a closet with a heater where I run the same tests. It's around 85 degrees ambient. I run it at 36 degrees and at 5 degrees, so let's take a look at the results. Now each one of these tests ran for 24 hours. On the left-hand side, we have the 70 degree ambient test, and on the right-hand side, we have the 85 degree ambient test. Now let's start with the dark blue results, which was where the fridge set point was 36 degrees. At 70 degrees ambient, it pulled 290 watt hours over a 24-hour period, or an average of 12 watts. Stepping up to 85 degrees ambient, it pulled 370 watt hours, or about 15 watts average. So very good results here. You can see the insulation on the fridge is very decent because as we went up in temperature, the power consumption really wasn't affected too much. Moving on to the 5 degrees set point, at 70 degrees ambient, it pulled 600 watt hours, or about 25 watts average. And then at 85 degrees ambient, it pulled 720 watt hours, or about 30 watts on average. So running this as a freezer definitely pulls more energy. Now I also like to make sure that the actual temperature on the inside of the fridge is accurate, so I have a Bluetooth thermometer on the inside during each one of those tests. Now on the left-hand side, we have the set point of 36 degrees, and on the inside of the fridge, the maximum temperature was 36.1, the minimum was 31.1, and the average was 33.4. So these are actually really tight groupings. We only have a swing of 5 degrees, which is really good. So what I'd say here is just have your set point at like 39 to 40 degrees and call it good. Now when we had this set to a freezer, on the right hand side you can see the maximum temperature was 10 degrees and the minimum was 8.8 and the average was 9.5. So you can see only a swing of like 1 degree. So very good results here as well. However, we didn't get quite down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside. So what I do is I just set it to 0 degrees as the set point in order to get the lowest temperature possible. Whenever the compressor is running on the fridge, there's also a fan that runs. I will say it's a little bit louder than some of my other ICECO models. It's about 51 decibels. On their website, they list the weight of the fridge at 57.6 pounds, and the external dimensions are 28.3 inches long, 16.7 inches wide, and 19.5 inches tall. One of the biggest advantages of going with ICECO is that they use ICECO compressors. So next in the video, I want to remove this access panel here and a bunch of this trim so we can see what compressor they used and check the build quality. So I just finished removing the trim and the bottom feet and the screws that hold this panel on, and it is now free so we can look inside. So they are indeed using a ICECO compressor. It is the BD35F, which I believe I've seen in the VL Pro series in the past. Now, as for build quality, I noticed right away that they're using a heavy-duty input adapter that's actually screwed in. Before, these were kind of flimsy, so that's a good thing to see there. You have some wires coming in with a quick disconnect, and then you have an inline fuse. Now, if your fridge doesn't turn on in the future for some random reason, checking this fuse would be a good thing to do, because if the fuse is blown here, there's not going to be any power going into the fridge. Now, up here you have a controller board, which then feeds communication over to a ICECO controller. And then if we look at this side, we have the fan that cools off the condenser coil, and then also these fan shrouds that force the air through the fan. But everything looks pretty good. So after looking at all that data, you can see the VL45 Plus is really efficient. And when it comes to temperature accuracy, it's not off by much. There's been other fridges in the past that I've tested that have been really, really bad. And this one's pretty accurate. Now, if you want to compare the results of this fridge against other fridges that I've tested, down in the video description, I'll have a link to my power station grading system. Now, if you look at the bottom tabs of the spreadsheet, I think it's the 3rd or 4th tab goes to my fridge tests, where you can compare the power consumption of this model against all the other ones I've tested. Now, I'm sure some of you are curious about the launch price for the VL45 Plus. ICECO actually decided to launch this on a crowdfunding campaign, Kickstarter. I'll include a link to that down in the video description if you guys are interested. Basically, the earlier you are, the lower the price. And I apologize, I'm really late to the game on this one. It started in early June and it's almost over. It ends on July 10th, but there are just a few slots. The lowest slot that I saw, at least while I was filming this video, was $639. So you will save money purchasing this on Kickstarter versus later at full retail. Guys, let me know what you think about this model. I think it's very innovative. I will say it's a little bit small for my family. There's 5 members in my family, and we usually go with like a 55 to 60 liter or sometimes even bigger. So I really hope they come out with a larger model with this 3rd door. I think this is a really innovative design. Just haven't ever seen this before in a fridge, and it definitely adds to the convenience of using it. And it doesn't really affect the efficiency that much. I mean, obviously, if you left the door open for a while, a lot of the cold air is going to spill out. But just open the door, get what you want, and then shut it up, and it should be just as efficient as the other models. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. I'll recommend a couple of the videos that you can check out. And until next time, We'll see you guys later.